Come taste it now. Bacon. Bread.
Everything tastes better with bacon. We all know. But what if I told you we were making bacon beef ribs? Yes, I know what you're thinking. Is that even possible? Let me tell you, it's what we're making right now. Black Angus beef ribs are my absolute favorite. They have fantastic intermuscular fat and a great flavor profile. We're gonna be cooking them low and slow on the barbecue, and then we're going to be smothering them in barbecue sauce until they're nice, juicy and soft, and finish it off with a little bit of bacon. If you're looking for beef ribs with a good amount of intramuscular fat and a lot of meat on them, ask your butcher for beef plate ribs. They're located at the belly of the beast. Flavor-wise, the Black Angus beef ribs are the best balanced, and they still have a good amount of intramuscular fat, which is really important if you want to end up with a juicy rack of ribs. And now it's time to start preparing these ribs. We're going to start by creating our barbecue rub. Of course, if you want, you can use just salt and pepper, but if you're feeling adventurous, try this rub. We'll start with 1 part salt, half a part of ground pepper, half a part of paprika powder, 1/8 part of garlic powder and 1/8 part of onion powder. Now it's time to start working on our beef ribs. Let's turn them around and cut in between the bones. This way we're going to end up with single ribs. Look at the amount of meat that's on these ribs. It just makes me smile. Let's mix up the barbecue rub. Maybe I should have done this in a jar. That's much easier than putting it on a plate. Drizzle on some olive oil onto the ribs and rub it in real good. This is going to help the rub stick to your meat. Talk about that rub. Let's sprinkle it on. Make sure you cover every little part of the beef ribs. Don't even miss out on a corner. It's an opportunity to add flavor to your beef ribs. Maximize it. These ribs are starting to look real good and you already get a whiff of that barbecue flavor from the rub. Time to get out our Kamado Joe Big Block and fire up our barbecue. I fired up my barbecue with Kamado Joe Big Block and a big chunk of beech tree smokewood. When you're smoking in a kettle grill, you have to take 3 rules into consideration. Number 1, too much charcoal is no good. Start out with a little bit. You can always add more and it will allow you to control the temperature better. Number 2, shield your heat from radiation heat from the charcoal. In my case, I'm using a big chunk of smokewood and it will prevent my meat from drying out. Number 3, don't rush, let your temperature come up slowly, otherwise you're gonna have a hard time stabilizing the temperature. So open up your vents just slightly. Our charcoal's fully lit up, time to put the grill grates on, put the beef ribs on, close the lid and set the temperature to around 120 degrees Celsius. We smoked our beef ribs for 3 hours and they look fantastic on the outside. They got a nice bit of color and a good amount of bark. That means we have reached the maximum amount of flavors. But what we want to do now is take them off and go to the next step. Put a little bit of lard in the Dutch oven, spread some onion rings on the bottom, place the beef ribs on top, add 600 milliliters of barbecue sauce, 500 milliliters of beef broth, a liter of water, 2 pieces of bone marrow, and I rendered down some bacon just to make sure that we have enough flavor on our beef ribs. Close the lid and our Dutch oven is ready to go on the barbecue. While cooking with our Dutch oven, of course we need a little bit more heat. So I opened up the bottom vent and our smokewood started burning. We still have a little bit of that big block charcoal left and it's the perfect amount to keep on cooking. If you have too little left, just add a little bit more because you want to make sure you have enough fuel. For us, this is perfect. I just want to place it in the center position, put the grill grate back on and place the Dutch oven on top. I started by smoking these beautiful beef ribs. Then, when they had enough color, we put them in a Dutch oven together with all this goodness. And man, look at how this turned out. I want to sink my teeth into this. But first, I'm gonna give it to Morrison. Morrison, you're gonna try first, brother.
Tasting with Marsan. Little bit of everything. Also bread.
Juicy.
And the bone marrow.
Yeah.
Little bit of everything.
I don't want the bone marrow.
I never tasted bone marrow on its own. Gonna taste it now. Bacon. Bread.
Morrison, it's not an eating show, it's a food review.
But it says enough.
Bacon. I like the beef ribs like this better than plain beef ribs. But I don't really like beef ribs.
It's like a Dutch-American rendang.
I'm honest, man.
For someone that's not so excited, you ate quite a lot. There's almost nothing left anymore. Beef ribs, bone marrow, bacon, and a little bit of that sauce. This is good stuff. We got that smoke flavor. Look, we got that smoke ring. Looks really good. Tearing up the beef ribs, quite easy. We cooked in the Dutch oven, so it doesn't get the opportunity to become dry. With all the fat that we put in, it tastes like heaven. Great barbecue rub, good amount of smoke flavor. This is important, but not overdoing it. It's my time to go all in for what's underneath in that. There we go, on that bread. Look at that, sauce, bone marrow, bacon. That's messy. It's tasty, all of the flavors are well balanced, but you gotta love grease. I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I sure do enjoy eating it. And if you do...
You eat videos?
He does.
Anyways, what I'm trying to say here is I'm enjoying eating this. I hope you guys enjoyed the recipe that we made for you guys. If you did, then leave us a big thumbs up and a comment down below. And if you think Denise and Morrison shouldn't be bullying me like they do always, then leave me a comment down below. Support me a little bit, like a mental support. I want to say a special thank you to our patrons and our YouTube members. You guys freaking rock. Without you, we couldn't make it happen. And this is your cue. And
What?
stop eating and do your job. Tell the people, thank you for watching. See you guys next time. Until then, it's Mark.
That's
Keep
not
on
my
grinning.
job.
It's not my name. How can you say it's
It's
not
my
your
job.
job? What's your job
Keep
then?
on grilling.
What are you doing here?
Thank you.
What is your job?